Alright, um, this is just like a little update on my Minecraft clone. This is where we are now. So I got block picking working. As you can still see through the transparent outline on the block. So that's going to have to change, but I converted it to a stencil buffer, and you're able to successfully select the block. You can see in the top left corner what block I'm looking at, and it seems to do a pretty good job of picking the correct block. Right now the game's FPS is a little slow because there's no face calling being used currently. As you can see the underside faces of all of the blocks, which is not good because obviously no faces are being called properly, so the FPS is kind of low. I'm just not going to worry about that right now because there's like some weird complications since I'm drawing the outline buffer separate from the all of the faces, and I think like some of the faces have different winding orders than other faces, but for now it works fine. The world currently is 10 by 10 chunks, with each chunk being 16 blocks and like max height of 256, similar to Minecraft. But there's no like destruction or placing of blocks yet. I just have the world created. It's not infinite right now either. I haven't implemented like a system for like logging chunks and generating chunks or anything up to this point. I just wanted to get the block picking working, which actually was really hard. It took a long time to find like the right algorithm that worked for my use case, so I can link the source code in the description in case somebody wants to look at that, because it took me like a good 2 weeks to get this algorithm working properly, and like figuring out all of the conversions that you need to do with the array itself, and realizing that the array is actually just a direction vector between -1 and 1 that tells you where you're looking in the world space, and then you have to perform this like marching algorithm with like 1 by 1 voxels or 1 by 1 by 1 voxels until you intersect a face like this here. So that was kind of tricky, but it works. And this is just kind of where the clone is at. I plan on also creating a shader that would act as a shader to help give the world some depth, because right now there's nothing, it's just all drawn on one shader. I plan on creating a second shader that would just have some sort of like opacity, transparency element that would give the blocks a little bit of a depth feeling, like how it actually looks in Minecraft, but that's going to come later. The next step is to get world generation working properly, like infinite world generation. And then I'm going to start adding block placement and selecting, or block placement and breaking, I mean. And then probably do some work with making the world look a little bit better, adding some trees, water, that kind of stuff. Maybe making it to where you're not always just no clipping. That would probably be good. Get the faces calling, and then rendering on one chunk, creating on another chunk, so that when you load into the game, there's not like a 20-second, 2-second black screen. But instead it all happens in real time because there's separate threads running separate processes that I need. So this is where we are though.